It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Wolverines will put total leather and will get started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with that.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll keep it on the ground. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Man, they have got a weapon in this offense right there at running back. This dude is tremendous. And you think about Franco Harris, you think about Kajana Carter, Curtis Enos, Saquon Barkley, time and time again, Penn State running backs wearing defenses down. This guy is a problem, and this defense better find a way to slow him down.
Johnson wants to throw it. A little release to the back. Inside the 40. Across the 25, he's got room. And he ran away from the crowd, and they'll take it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Complete. At the 35, he's got room. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Breaks into the open. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Quarterback will keep it. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Swings it out to his running back. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And the big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down.
Well, when you can set up a 3rd and long situation defensively, it allows you to play zone coverage. Everybody's got their eyes on the quarterback. You're seeing it thrown, and you can break on the ball to force an incompletion like that.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. They'll immediately call timeout. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. The pull and throw off the RPO. They stop him short of the marker. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized. Motion from the back. Johnson looking to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Saunders. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing at the wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. The Nittany Lions look to keep this drive humming. Fires to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll run it on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. The Nittany Lions racing to the line in the hurry up. Tight end now in motion. Got his man quickly. And he murders into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback. But those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a two-time All-American know this game is not over. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Clemson. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So here comes the Michigan offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Scanning the field, it's Underwood. He's got it. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Using his feet. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Let's see what they've got on second down. fire. Finds his tight end. On the move at the 30. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with a first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you can do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clocked.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Man, oh man, it doesn't get easier than that. Look at the receiver. He gets wide open. Where's the defense? Nobody around. Easy pitch, easy catch.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Might as well stick with him. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his hand down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
And the Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Calls his own number. There he goes. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
The speed of these quarterbacks have just gotten insane. Week in and week out, you're facing so many guys that can just pick them up and put them down and chew up 15 yards like it's nothing.
And they can make the throws, too. We call them dual threats, but really you have to be able to do both in this era of football.
Yeah, and it used to be one or the other. You had a guy that could really, really run. You had a guy that could throw. Now they're all packaged into one, and it's just, man, it's a headache.
Quick completion to the right. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. From the 30-yard line on first down. Quarterback making checks. Johnson wants to throw it. Makes the grab on the left. Slips a tackle and he's got room. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
The Nittany Lions started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Reads it, fires complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Grab behind the line. It's Reynolds. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it. You practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So a drive there of 82 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Grab near the sticks. It's Hardy. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. On the run, still looking. He'll try to do it himself. And it'll be a short game. No need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. That's reeled in. It's Moore. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45.
Well, I'll tell you, I know they're losing the game. It's only the first half, but this offense, obviously, they've spent some time practicing 2-minute throughout the week. You can see they're really in rhythm, they're really in focus, and they're attacking the right areas of the field in order to try to maintain as much clock as possible.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. This will likely be the last play of the half. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Looking for the score. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
When you get in the red zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really quickly, and you get your eyes on the quarterback. And you try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
Will quickly use a timeout. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw. Here's a heat. They'll knock him down, and that will take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. But they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Leaves it with the back. Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Johnson looking to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun, the ground game. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, a big key for this defense coming into this game was, could they impact this guy when he drops back to pass? We all know he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in all of college football. They weren't sure, honestly, if they were even going to be able to get him to the ground. They just wanted him to get rid of the football earlier than he needed to. But that time, in the second half, they come away with their first sack of the game, and that is going to be a big shot in the arm for this defense.
First snap of this drive comes from the 32. They'll move the wide receiver. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use the speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
Pulls it in. It's Haynes. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
And here comes the offense on second down.
42 Spider.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll send the back in motion. Handoff from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
Now facing a third and long. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quarterback keeper. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. It's a draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offense tried to catch him off guard a little bit, running that draw play, but the defense wasn't fooled. Everybody stayed in their lane, and they're able to get the tackle for loss.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. It is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Georgia Tech has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Bobby Dodd Stadium. They're up by 7 over Clemson. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Just working and poking and prodding and finding its way up to the 36.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. This Nittany Lion defense has just been suffocating. The front 7 has been dominant. Guys like Jack Ham would be proud.
Yeah, just big, physical, just owning the guys up front. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Penn State D-line just dominating this football game.
You know, on a play like that, 3rd and short, as a quarterback, you're looking for your easiest throw and your shortest throw, and that's to the tight end. He's a big target. He makes the catch, and now the drive stays alive.
The Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Caught near the sticks, it's Morgan. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the 1st down. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
There's just so much for this defense to think about right now. They've had strong side runs thrown at them. Now the counter. And they know that this offense can work in the play action off of all these base runs too. So much offensive volume this defense needs to worry about at this point in the game.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Quickly out to the tight end. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Wolverines have pushed it inside the 20. Not always the old line. Sometimes those receivers want to get a jump on the snap count, and they'll move them back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Gets it out fast. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Harding. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8. And the Wolverines headed quickly to the line. Defense wants to bring the heat. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They'll line up to go for 2. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Throw to the end zone, it's picked off. Brought down at the 17 as he brought it all the way back inside the 20 after the pick. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Motion from the wide receiver. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. The screen, he can go. Open space at the 25. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a 1st down. He threw a couple of costly interceptions in that loss last week, but a really good job to take care of the football in this one.
And Reese, at that position, you better have a short-term memory, right? Quarterbacks have to forget about it, move on, forget the mistakes. Nice job putting that behind them last week.
Touchdown, Penn State! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
And how about everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved? This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Almost a little bit more on that return. He's chased out of bounds at the 30 in good starting position for this offense. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. He's taking a deep shot. Pulls in the deep ball. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit.
He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. A run for the quarterback. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. He wants to throw it. And that one is picked up in the end zone. Defense comes up with a play. They get the pick and take it back to the 20.
That keeps the score. Penn State 31, Michigan 19.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Johnson wants to throw it. Dangerous screen into traffic.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
With the catch, it's Ivy. Turning it on! He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Nittany Lions will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got it on the run. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air. It's Underwood. Catch in the middle. It's Harding. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. The pass ball's incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Defense playing a bail technique. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. A deep throw as the clock winds down. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart, because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe take the dink and dunk, let your guys make some plays, because they are definitely playing the deep ball.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.